I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Wednesday, July the 15th. Now I'm out here at the Cattle Feeders Business Summit sponsored by Merck Animal Health in Westminster, Colorado, and also the induction of the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame, which will happen here on Tuesday night. But just seems like everybody's kind of down in the dumps. We're in such a bearish market right now. Things aren't really that bad. It's the things that are around the market that are really bearish, and the cattle market, cash cattle market itself, is really not that bad. But just last week was tough, and we got done with 4th of July, and then boxed beef turned so sharply lower, and that was expected. We all knew it was going to happen. It faded off a lot heavier and faster than what we thought, and but the fed cattle market stayed right in there. Last week's weighted averages on 65,000 head in the 5 area. I remember 20 years ago I worked in the market news office in Amarillo, Texas, and we got over 100,000 just in the Texas Panhandle every week. But nowadays in the 5 area, 65,000 head is kind of a typical kind of a week. But your weighted average on the live basis was 151. Dress basis was 240.22, and you know, that wasn't far off the previous week, and your cash feeder cattle haven't been that much lower. Now Monday's sales were off quite a bit, but the biggest thing was we're just on such light receipts. Buyers really can't sink their teeth into them, and the lighter receipts have a lot to do with this oppressive heat. And out here at this Cattle Feeders Business Summit, a lot of guys talking about the losses that were sustained last week and late last week and over the weekend, especially in Nebraska due to the high humidity and high heat, and pretty significant losses. You know, maybe 600 head in an individual feed yard, and losing as many as 15 or 20 head of fats on a truckload, and that gets in your pocketbook pretty fast. And guys get to where they think maybe they just want to puke their fat cattle rather than losing market-ready cattle. But that's not really the idea that they should have. It's not the right point of view. I mean, we still got to try to keep as much market share as we can. But you know, guys can't get excited about buying cattle when their tongues are hanging out and it's hot. And the same goes for feeder cattle. And producers don't really want to get them up and sell them when it's this hot, because they know the market's going to be off, and they're feeling this bearish market too, so they can't get excited about taking cattle in if they're not going to get what they were hoping to get. But you see me, cattle futures were lower on Monday on live cattle. Feeder cattle were about steady. But on Tuesday, your feeders jumped over $3.50, and we knew they had to. They're just so much below what cattle are bringing out in the country and what cattle are worth. But look at Cattle Market Central. We had Bluegrass Stockyards in Stanford, Kentucky, had 2 loads of 895-pound steers, bring 212.90, and that's just about what the feeder cattle board is for a 750-pound steer in the plains, not in the southeast. But that's 3 minutes, and we'll talk to you on Friday.